Stop it right now. I want you to look at your browser history. If in 2026 you are still opening ChatGPT, typing a 3-paragraph prompt, waiting for it to load, revising it, and then manually copy-pasting that text into a Google Doc, I am sorry to say this, but you are not working. You are being enslaved by AI. You are treating the world's most powerful supercomputer like it is a cheap $5 chatbot. You are acting as the router for information. You are the bottleneck. You are wasting your most valuable asset, your time, doing grunt work that should be fully automated. Look at the difference. And the old way is manual, slow, and linear. The new way is what we call an autonomous multi-agent system. A system where you are no longer the operator. You are the commander. You set the objective and the system figures out the path. In this masterclass, we are not just learning prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is a skill for 2023. It is that we are going to learn agentic engineering. We are going to use CrewAI and Python to build a digital workforce that works 24/7. My name is Medro Karim from Digital Asean, and today we are killing the habit of hard-coding prompts. But before we write a single line of code, a quick transparency note. This video is created using 100% artificial intelligence. The voice is a neural clone. The face is an avatar generated by Jog AI. We are doing this to prove a point. In 2025, you don't need a massive crew or a studio to build a high-value digital asset. You just need strategy and the right AI stack. Digital Asean is a bootstrap research lab. We focus on data and value over vanity. If you are looking for honest, profitable engineering workflows, you are in the right place. Now, let's get back to agentic engineering. Why is this transition crucial? Imagine you run a business. Do you want employees who nag you every second? Boss, should I get a glass? Boss, should I pour water? Boss, should I drink it? Of course not. That is micromanagement hell. You want high-level employees, you give them one goal, make sure I am not thirsty. And they figure out the rest. That is the difference between standard prompt engineering, where you micromanage, and agentic engineering, where you manage outcomes. Today, we are building a real system. We are coding line by line. We will create 2 digital brains. Brain number 1, the senior researcher. This agent scours the internet, filters noise, and finds hard facts. Brain number 2, the lead editor. This agent takes that raw data and synthesizes it into a compelling, SEO-friendly blog post. They will talk to each other. They will collaborate without your interference. Okay, buckle up. Let's dive into the code. First step, the environment. When building AI agents, never mix your libraries with your computer's global Python system. That is a recipe for disaster. Open your IDE, open your terminal. We are going to create a sandbox, a new virtual environment. Type this command, python-m venv venv. Now activate it. If on Mac, type source venv/bin/activate. If on Windows, type venv /scripts/activate. You will see a venv bracket appear. That is your safety net. Now, let's install the engine. Type pip install CrewAI. CrewAI is an orchestration framework. It handles the messy parts like memory, delegation, and error loops, allowing you to focus on the logic, not the plumbing. Next, security. In AI engineering, your API key is your credit card. If you leak your OpenAI key, bots will scrape it and drain your bank account. We never hardcode keys directly in the Python file. We use environment variables. Create a new file called .env. Inside, store your secrets. Type OpenAI API key equals and paste your key. We also need a Google search key, so add Serper API key equals and paste that too. Save it. This file never goes to GitHub. Now create our main Python file, main.py. At the top, we need to load those secrets. Import os and load.env from the .env library, then call load.env. This tells Python to load those variables safely. Now let's get to the meat of the code. Let's define the agents. In CrewAI, an agent is not just a call to ChatGPT. It is an entity. To create a believable agent, you need 3 core components, a role, a goal, and a backstory. Let's import the classes from CrewAI import agent, task, crew, process. Let's build the first agent, the senior researcher. We instantiate the agent class. Role, senior tech researcher. Goal, uncover groundbreaking developments in topic. Notice the curly brackets around topic. That is a dynamic variable. Today the topic might be AI agent, tomorrow quantum computing. We don't want to rewrite the code every time. We just inject the variable. That is the definition of stopping hard coding. Now, the backstory. This is where prompt engineering lives inside agentic engineering. If you leave the backstory blank, the AI is generic. We want a specialist. Write this. You are a veteran tech analyst with 10 years of experience. You have a keen eye for emerging trends. You hate superficial news and clickbait. You only care about hard facts, GitHub repositories, and valid data. See what we did? We conditioned the model. By saying you hate clickbait, we reduce low-quality results. We shaped its brain. Add verbose equals true. So the agent shows us its thought process in the terminal. Add memory equals true, so it remembers previous steps. Now build the second agent, the lead writer. Role, senior technical writer. Goal, craft compelling content on topic that goes viral. Backstory, you are a witty, engaging writer who explains complex concepts to a general audience. You use metaphors and avoid jargon. You take raw data and turn it into a narrative. Agent 1 is logical and cold. Agent 2 is creative and emotional. By separating these roles, we get a result far superior to asking one AI to do everything. We have employees, but they need instructions. We need to assign tasks. A good task definition has 3 parts: the description, the expected output, and the context. Task 1 for the researcher. Description. Conduct comprehensive research about the topic. Identify key trends, pros and cons, and market sentiment. Look for specific numbers. But description isn't enough. We need to define what done looks like. Expected output. A detailed research report with at least 5 bullet points, 3 statistical facts, and a list of sources. This is your quality control. This forces the agent to keep working until it meets these criteria. If it only finds 2 facts, it knows it hasn't finished, so it triggers another search. Task 2 for the writer. This is where the magic happens, the handoff. We want the writer to write an article using only what the researcher found. We don't want hallucinations. Description. Using the insights provided by the researcher, write an engaging blog post about the topic. Expected output, a 4-paragraph blog post formatted in Markdown with a catchy title. Context. Task 1. Pay attention to that context list. This tells CrewAI, do not start task 2 until task 1 is finished. And when it is finished, take the entire output of task 1 and pass it as a hidden input to task 2. This creates a seamless pipeline. Research leads to data. Data leads to writing. The baton is passed perfectly. We are almost there, but we have a problem. By default, large language models are frozen in time. A researcher who cannot access the internet is useless. We need to give our agent eyes. We need tools. We will use SerperDev tool, a wrapper for Google search. Import it. From CrewAI tools, import SerperDev tool. Initialize it. Now, go back to the researcher agent definition and add tools equals search tool. Just like that, we upgraded our character. Now, if the researcher encounters a question it doesn't know, it will decide, I need to search Google. Or it constructs the query, sends it, and reads the results. This is what makes it an agent, not a chatbot. Note that we do not give this tool to the writer. We want the writer to focus on synthesis, not distraction. This is the principle of least privilege. Now we need the manager. The orchestrator, the crew. Create a new instance of the crew class. Agents, the researcher, and the writer. Tasks, task 1 and task 2. Process, sequential. Sequential means task 1 happens, then task 2. Linear, now the ignition key. Result equals crew.kickoff inputs equals a topic. Agentic AI Trends 2025. We call the kickoff method and pass our input dictionary. Remember that topic variable? This is where we fill it in. We can change this string to anything, future of crypto, baking recipes, and the machine remains the same. Only the raw material changes. Now, let's run it. Open the terminal, type python main.py. Look at the logs moving. That is not me typing. That is the AI thinking. Researcher, I need to search Google for Agentic AI Trends. Researcher, action, search Google. Researcher, observation, found 5 articles. It reads the results. Thought, the first article is too general. I need specific data. Searching again. Do you see that? It realized the first attempt wasn't good enough. It adjusted its plan. It executed a new search. This reasoning loop. Thought, action, observation is the heartbeat of agentic AI. Finally, the researcher finishes. Task completed. Immediately, writer receiving context from researcher. The writer wakes up, reads the report, and starts drafting. And done. In less than 2 minutes, we have a fully researched, structured, well-written article. How much energy did I spend? 0. I could be sleeping. I could be eating. This code can run 24/7. You have just built a content agency that lives inside your laptop. What we just built is the MVP, but I want you to dream bigger. The implications are massive. We just used 2 agents. What if you added a 3rd reviewer agent to check for legal compliance? What if you added a 4th social media agent that automatically publishes to LinkedIn? What if you added a coder agent to build a website? We are moving from chatbots to agentic workflows. People who are still busy polishing perfect ChatGPT prompts are playing a game of addition. People building agentic systems are playing a game of multiplication. They build a system once, and it multiplies their output by 10x or 100x. This is the industrial revolution of knowledge work. We are moving from artisans making 1 shoe at a time to factories making thousands. But there is a warning. With great power comes great responsibility. Agents can be dangerous. They can get stuck in infinite loops. They can spend too much money on API credits if you don't watch them. That is why engineering is still needed. You cannot just set it and forget it. You need to be the architect. You need to design the workflow, set the guardrails, and monitor the results. You are not being replaced by AI. You are being promoted. You are being promoted from writer to editor-in-chief, from coder to tech lead. So my advice to you is this. Don't just watch this video. Don't just nod your head. Build it. Open your IDE right now. Copy the code. Run it. Break it. If you get an error, good. That means you are learning. Debugging is an engineer's breakfast. I have put the full source code in the description below. It is free. It is on GitHub. Steal it, modify it, make it yours. Next week, we are going to take this to the next level. We are going to give this agent sight. We will give him vision capabilities to analyze images, not just text. You do not want to miss that. I am your name. From Digital Asean. Stop hardcoding prompts. Start engineering agents. See you in the future. Signing out.